Probably go back and do achievements like we did
No.
for the last year, and then we'll probably do farm runs to gear up people who are switching characters. Since I think we have at least 3.
Do you want me as Disc or Shadow?
Probably
Hello.
Disc.
Disc is good.
Hello.
Hi.
Sticking with Disc then.
I am sorry, I'm a
That's okay. You're here.
What was
You're
the
just
name of the
fishing.
guild that was the Mythic Guild here?
It was, well, originally there was Novus, which was Horde, but then they transferred, and then I thought Tempo was apparently a mythic guild, and
No, and there was one that had been an alliance one that had been on Garage for quite a while. That usually did 1 or 2 of the mythics.
anyways,
Yeah.
now there's 5 guilds that have done 1 mythic boss. So if we get 2, we'll be number 1, but that's probably not going to happen.
It probably wouldn't be too difficult.
If we get this heroic, we'll probably be number 1.
It's so embarrassing.
But yeah, I mean, I feel sorry for alliance guilds on low pop servers because they have to bite a big bullet. If they want to keep recruiting, they got to go Horde to high.
Yeah, this was originally my Alliance server, so I still have some Alliance characters, and I talked with like the number 2 Alliance guild on the server and asked why they only had 1 of 9 Mythic, and they said it's because they can't get 20 people on a regular basis, and at that point there was no cross realm.
The most interesting alliance guild I've seen, they're part of a really large guild on, I think, Terralion or one of those places. And their raid team is called Faction Flippers. And they're a once-a-week raid team, and they go 1 week Horde, 1 week Alliance. And if you can play just one, but then you only raid once every other week with them.
Oh, I see. So they have permanent characters. They're not constantly switching their characters.
Right, yeah, no, they're not faction transferring and spending
That would
money
get a
on
lot,
support.
pretty expensive.
But it actually, for people that don't raid a lot, that want to try to get cutting edge, that want all of the achievements, it's not a bad idea.
Let's start pulling trash. It's true. If we get this, it'll be Realm first heroic.
No, it won't.
Yeah, well, nobody has this on her own.
Everybody's 1 of 2.
Nobody wants to do this raid.
Of those who have anything in.
I would say this is a worse raid than even that Helya one was. What was that? Was that Tomb of Sargeras? What was that one?
Trial of Valor.
Trial of Valor was fine.
You know, I'm saying this is worse than that.
Mythic Helya.
Oh, it is for sure. Yeah, I did not like the Helya one.
I liked Helya.
It was an interesting failure in my opinion.
But at least
But
with
it's
3
failure of
bosses,
design,
the first one was a pushover. And then it got a little harder with the
Is this
second
bubble
one.
gonna kill us?
I was wondering, I was like, what's gonna happen when that bell moves?
They don't start taking some damage.
That's fine.
Oh well, we'll see. Yeah, my
It's
relic was still on cooldown. I forgot to pick it up after I used it the first time.
I hear that wearing gems helps with the senility problem. You'll remember things better if you wear
Senility.
Oh my god, LMS. I think he's insulting you. I'm just
Wow.
He would never.
I think he's insulting all old people, and I resemble that.
Ow.
That's con.
Oops.
Oh boy.
Get in the bubble.
I'll just stay here dead and spectate for a bit.
Don't get forward breath.
I'm killing Bludger at her.
Accidentally killing themselves. Can't help but if all my spells clean.
Apparently I did something. Want to see what I can do?
Why can't you get? Oh, we got
Oh,
it.
Oh no, he's. Oh, I pulled through it when he died.
oh, look, everybody's an enemy. Time to get my parse up, right? Get honor from those kills.
Rasmus, look what you just got.
Oh, well done, well
But
done.
obviously, it's not right because we don't
That's
have
so
class.
good.
Wow.
Because Rasmus doesn't have any class?
He only PvPs
Exactly.
against friends.
Once upon a time, I turned my dwarf into a worgen to help my guild get some achievement that required getting max level in every class or every race.
Why would you want to be either a dwarf or a worgen?
Historical reasons.
Those are both awesome. Why would anyone want to be a human? Humans are the worst.
If they interbreed, are they dwarfs or dworgans?
Shadow Siphon has to be interrupted. Or Void Stone use.
Which warlock's doing this?
I mean, not me.
We literally all have corruption now.
I know. I AoE'd you all.
Nonsense. I don't.
Let's all laugh with Melissa as we kill her.
Oh, I wanted that.
There was a thing back there that you could click that said Eye of Inzokt, so I clicked it to see what would happen, and it turned me hostile and
Well,
gave me
now
100%
you know.
damage increase.
Now you know.
And I couldn't resist.
No, now you know it means we all kill you. So that.
Can you check your combat log and see who got the killing blow?
Shut up.
I didn't even cast a spell.
People there, Ella.
Thanks, guys.
Let me take the tank one.
I guess we're supposed to kill the Void Ichors.
Is there general res or are we running back?
You can run.
Almost everyone died, so I think almost everyone has to run back.
They say you can run.
No, because then if there's a mass res, everybody can get res. I'm just saying.
Too late for that.
I don't think any of us are healers down here.
This is your time to use Angelic Feather.
I'm
Well,
coming, I'm coming. We got this.
You know the saying, you can run but you can't hide.
That was expressive.
Rezzing.
Oh, so Blooder gets a res.
I much prefer the first boss that had that one trash mob, and that was.
Can we get a summon stone up near the boss?
No, everybody has to run back.
I think this trash is a tutorial on how to use the whatever they're called, artifacts, legendaries, relics.
So you should only
that's
ever
what all
have to run
trash
it
is.
once. And once you've learned it, then you never and have tried the boss, you never have to do the trash.
But if you keep failing at it, doesn't it mean you have to keep running it?
Yeah, because if you don't take the boss down, then you obviously
You have to
learn
do it once without any deaths.
All right, it's time for JKM to give a 15-minute overview.
JKM, are you telling us that you're in charge of us making, like, you're secretly the dev that makes us do all this trash? Because if so...
Didn't you hear? I'm the person who
Murderous
designed Coven.
The one that deserves to die is whoever designed Zool's trash.
Oh, that was the same same designer.
Was there a
It looks so stupid.
flask?
No.
No.
Not yet.
Special man. Special man over here.
No, we have to get our explanation first.
Beautiful.
Can't see Special Man through all the bubbles.
One over here.
Oh, I need special man. Oh, there's two.
Oh, I got a slut mog that matches my Spider-Man PJs out of it.
I don't like this guy. Let me do the other one.
Boring dude.
Oh, it won't let me.
Okay.
you
Let's
can
see
only
who
use the thing once an
remembers
hour.
our explanation for this boss.
You are funny, Arch.
Somebody picks up some of the relics.
Let's
and,
put it. Let's put
occasionally
it
does
on
something.
the. When are we going to be using the Tempest Caller?
All the time on cooldown.
And he goes out for the transition, and all the ads come together.
Wow, gold star. Okay, so the Undying Guardians are going to spawn over the course of the fight. They do less damage when they're at lower health, but they will never die on their own. They'll just stay at 1%. So we're going to DPS them down to low health and just leave them on the tank for a while. Then when he reaches the percentage where he does the transition, we pop the Tempest Collar at that time to kill all of them at the same time. Okay, and then phase 1, the things you look out for are the swirly void bouncy things from the same as last boss, except they do more damage, so you really can't stand in them until they bounce twice and they're small. And then the Oblivion Tear, which will spawn underneath a person. And you want to be positioned near the edges of the safe circle because he will, when he reaches 100 energy, he will shrink the circle. So you want to put it in areas that will be covered up as the circle shrinks. You don't want to put them all in the middle so that when the circle shrinks, we now have nowhere to go. At any time, if there's a lot of them down and a healer feels like they have the margin, then you can activate the Void Stone and run through a bunch of the pools. And if that's not enough to deplete the shield that it puts on you, you can go stand in the danger zone outside the circle until it falls.
Don't do that when if the raid's at low health. That would be bad.
If we remember how the
was-
Void Stone works from last fight, it will prevent anybody from taking any healing. So we don't want to use it when people need that. We probably will try not using the trident. So we should be popping Tempest Collar once per phase ish, or once at the end of the phase, and then second phase we might pop it more often.
So,
Sorry.
When you say we, do you mean that a specific person is going to do it, or we all have to do it?
No, I don't know. It's supposed to put a debuff on you.
2-minute debuff.
But yeah, we'll see how long it is, and if the phase is only 2 minutes, right?
When
for
you
Tempest
drop
Collar.
the thing, you can't pick it up again for another 30 seconds, and the person who used it gets a 2-minute.
Okay, that makes sense. So we will we'll rotate if we have to. I'll do the first Tempest Collar, and then we can just call out anybody to do it. You just got to pick it up, and then you wait like 20 seconds, right? And then you use it.
Yeah, 30. So
And we
it should
shouldn't need it. We
should be
shouldn't need
picked
it
up
that
as soon
often.
as it's cooled off.
And there's no penalty for having it on you, so you can just hold on to it until you need it. So if you want to be proactive and pick it up and say you have it, we'll call out when we need it.
Anyone need a Bantus rune?
I already have it, Tejas.
I have two. Who needs one?
Hey, Huss.
Open with Pants Master.
You are no longer dealing.
Who else needs one?
Okay.
All right, open with Prira.
Okay, and we also get the I-beams on this phase, so we'll get the ones that put a marker on the ground, and then we'll blow up that line along the ground. And then we'll get the ones that shoot the 2 overlapping lasers that you want to not run through within the same 4-second window.
So, honestly, should I be picking up one of these things or?
One healer might want to take the Void Stone, but other than that, you should not be touching. I think you can only pick up the one for your spec or your role anyways.
Okay, so healers, shall I be picking up the Void Stone or not?
You probably give it to a mobile person who can clear the pools, but it probably shouldn't be necessary in phase 1.
Yeah, totally put it on Zephyrs then. That's all.
But you'll also have to probably alternate if he has to use it, then he can't use it for 2 minutes, so somebody else has to.
We should use it once in between phase 1 and 2 to clear. And
Path,
then never
it's
again.
take one and pass him around. I'm running away from you, so you can't give him back.
Oh, okay. I gave him to LMS then.
Question. Did we do Flask?
No, it's going up now. In phase 2, we might use it if, I don't know, it's supposed to be used to prevent the gift from healing up the app. But if we're using the Tempest Collar reasonably often to clear the little ones that are spawning there, they shouldn't be that many up at any time anyway. So let's just try it with only using the Void Stone if there's too many living tears on the ground.
Okay, to use the void stone, I just click on it.
You pick it up, and then I think there's an extra action button that you press to activate.
Yeah,
Okay, and then to
extra
clear
action
pools,
button.
I run into the pool and press the extra action button. Or...
Yeah, you know, you press it to put a shield on yourself that also puts the healing, no healing taken debuff on everything. Then you run through the Oblivion Tears, which will do damage to you and attempt to heal the boss, but because the aura is out, it won't heal the boss. And until that shield is gone, nobody can take any healing. So you run through a bunch of those tears to clear them and take damage. And if you, by the end of it, you still have shield left, then you need to stand somewhere outside the circle to take more damage to clear it.
Okay.
I used my Vantis room on upper decker, so when she gets mind controlled, she's easier to.
Make sure you deplete the cauldron. Let's just try to get through. Let's go one phase at a time, right? Get through phase 1 with no death.
Can you do a ready check so we can see who's Vantis ruined?
Not yet. What are the things that are going to kill you in phase 1? Probably taking a full force void crash and not stepping out of. Probably getting eye beamed in various forms, but that's really about it.
Guild bank up at the back.
All right, Larissa, Savage, Chanta.
What?
Yes.
Mantis rooms.
Don't have one.
I'm good,
Okay.
dude.
Why don't you want one?
Thank you,
Because
Tejas.
it's dirty tricks used by dirty people.
It's made for the guild, and I don't need one anyway. It's fine.
I don't care.
We
Here,
have
it'll make you do
extras.
more
Yeah, come
damage.
on.
Open trade.
That's true.
Thank you.
Ding.
Who didn't want to take it?
Is that a inscription thing that you learn in here?
Zephyr,
I
you're
think it
taking
dropped.
the healing thingy, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, am I supposed to pick it up right away or just when I need it?
After the poll. Immediately after the poll.
You can pick
Might
it
as
up
well
when
just pick it up
after
and
the
hold
poll.
it.
It doesn't do
Fight
anything.
starts, it becomes interactable, so you can just pick it up.
Although, does it? It only goes. Will it stay on him until?
It'll stay on you until you use it. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
And there's no penalty for having it on you until you use it, so might as well just keep it on your head.
Rasmus, do you want to be the super cool tank, or do you want me to be the super cool?
I mean, it basically just
cool.
gives you a shower the entire fight. So
Just makes us look very badass and
I'll pull the boss
cinematic.
and you can grab it. Neither
Alright,
of you.
I'll charge in there with my useless try.
I'm looking at the garage thing. There's only 9 guilds in all of garage that have killed any bosses in here, even on normal.
Wasn't that many more in
That's
Sorrel.
probably all of the guilds.
Where are we pulling them to, and do you want ranged
You're
family?
gonna be they're gonna be near the edge of the circle, and everybody should be near the edge of the
4,
circle somewhere.
3,
We're gonna
2,
lust the last
1.
phase.
Bow before your true master. His eyes behold every truth, every unending. There's no turning back now.
Make sure you soak the little ones. There's the circle. Be on the edge of it. Or near the edge, just not in the middle.
Call Undying Guardian, Oblivion Tier.
What the fuck just happened?
Void Crash.
You were standing in the outside of the circle. It says
Oh,
soak after this bounce. Make sure you're DPSing that guardian.
Oblivion Tier.
There's the beams.
Gift of Insight.
It's shrinking again.
Oblivion
There's
Tier.
that.
Undying Guardian.
Damage on the Guardian again.
Oblivion Tier.
Guardian healed up to full.
Eyes of Insight.
It'll heal back up to full once it's down.
So I lost the voidy thing on my head, and it's not anywhere in the room.
It's on the edge of the circle over there.
Oblivion Tier. Void Crash.
Oh, it's not interactable.
Yeah, you probably used it then.
I did not. I just
Did,
died.
did you have the debuff on you?
You'll be able to use it again later.
Yeah, but we won't be able to get it because it's stuck outside the circle.
You have to go quickly.
There's the beams.
I can't jump over that. That's something I just learned.
Yeah, that was a
Suck.
bad. Let's see, at 70%.
Gift of Insight. Obscurity.
How's the tank damage with the Guardian? Do we need to pop the collar once to clear them?
Maddening Eyes of Insight. Void Crash. Oblivion Tier. Call Undying Guardian.
Transition.
This is when you would use Tempest Collar, but I'm dead. It is. You can pick it up and use it if you want.
I can't.
One of the DPS can pick it up and use it if they want.
Did you get it? Yeah, someone else got it. Anyone who's below 25% when this goes off, it kills them. So they have to be conscious.
Oblivion Tier. Unknowable Terror.
Out of that. I don't think bring it together. There's something like reason why you can't bring it together.
Unfortunately,
Oblivion Tier.
I think
Call
we're off
Undying
before
Guardian.
the guard.
Consume
There's the Mindbender. That's the one that heals to full when it finishes its cast. So, hypothetically, we would be interrupting it while we attack it and try to kill it.
Oblivion Tier.
And then that'll spawn the little crawler dudes. Yep. And then when those die, they do damage. So we can use the Tempest Collar at either point, either to kill the little guy or the four that spawn.
They were tested and found wanting.
The worst walkback.
Yeah, we should probably sell Stone the Healer for the wipes.
JKM, do you know if the Eyes of N'Zoth pattern is always the same?
I have no idea. I mean, they cross, right? They'll be in an X and they'll be going across the room in some fashion. So as long as you place your transcendence, if you imagine the point at which the two beams cross, right, it'll move across the circle in a straight line. So if you place your transcendence somewhere along that line, and then you wait for it to pass, then you should be safe. But you can always just use it to just pass one if that's too complicated, and you'll just take one tick of it, which is okay.
I should probably just not try to be clever. I should probably just.
It's a little dodgy to try to go through both. Although transcendence might be easier since the distance is not limited, but with blink it's difficult.
Oh, you're
I just
kind
the
of.
problem is I have to preset it, which is
Yeah.
or I have to set it down in the right place, and then
You would the pro play would be to wait until it starts, position yourself in the correct place early, place your transcendence, then move out of it and wait for it to pass. But that's pretty difficult.
I don't think I'm that clever.
So going over it, you still take a tick?
Yes. Jumping, ducking, power sliding.
It looks like you can go under it.
Yeah, what if you just sit?
Oh, so the
slide
trolls
down.
with limbo ability can go on.
You can blink or shadow step or stuff like that.
Anything that's a
Follow
teleport will
Telly.
work. but any sort of displacement or like dash or anything probably won't do anything.
Or
for
you could get hit with 2 stacks of it and then heal yourself until the dot falls off. That's one technique.
Yeah.
I
put a
noticed.
gate
I
up,
just
but
ran through
I don't
one
think
and
it'll
then
work.
wait and then run through the other one.
That's the multi-sided strike tactic I see.
Is there a way to avoid them?
Do you
Not
have a
if you don't have a
teleport?
teleport. You just have to run through it and wait for it to fall off and run through the other one, or wait for the other one to go through you, right? And we had some of the Oblivion Terrors going in the middle, so the circle doesn't spawn until a little bit later, so don't be way out on the edge, but will be in kind of, you can kind of see the rough circle shape on the ground right
Does
now.
anyone have a weak aura or something of it? Because I wasn't getting any warning from DBM
For what?
for the Oblivion Tear. Like, it was just the circle was forming under me. I move out of it, and it forms there. Like,
you don't get it. You don't get a warning. It just happens. That's why you just need to be positioned around the edges of the black stuff so that you can. If you randomly get targeted, it'll be there and not in the middle of the
Yeah,
room.
you get a big purple.
It
you
was
see
just hard
that-
because I was on the different side of the circle from the boss. So it's like, oh, I can't reach.
Yeah, there's a light purple when it's forming, and then you get the dark purple once it's up.
So we'll plan on having the boss tank near the big eye where he's standing right now, and then you should position yourself accordingly. Planning on that. Just try to stay out of the middle.
So the tanks won't be kiting. Probably
The tanks
not.
will have to move to take the guardians apart from the boss. But I don't think there's any penalty for them being near us, so they can go to either side. Let's just do this. I'll put down. So say we tank the boss at skull, then the ads can go to like reddish, right? Is that reasonable? Then we should be near red if you're ranged so that you can cleave easily. I don't think the ads do anything fancy, right? There's no AoE.
They just melee.
Yeah, so it's okay if they're standing with us.
And we did
Let's
say
Range in red
avoid
fire?
the tears because it heals the boss.
Yes.
Yes.
You're not gonna-
And
That's
you
why
if you're
use
ranged,
the
you
void to clear them because the void keeps everything from being healed while it's up, and everyone can grab some of the tears while the void stone's up before it goes down.
So if you're ranged, then try to be more on the red side, and if you're melee, try to be more on the red side compared to skull, so that we don't all run over to the opposite side and spread out more than we have. Let's see how that works. Maybe if there's not enough space, we'll have to spread out more.
Doc, you can be clean this time.
And you can be right on the edge to start with because you do get a void tear before any of the circles show up. So that's a good way to get that first void tear completely out of play.
That thing that debuff that was going up on the boss, is that the one that he gets from the ad that we need to?
Oh, sorry. Ads need to be at least 10 yards apart or you get
Right,
90
but if even when they were taken away from him, he still had the buff on him. I think that's the one that could be purged. But I'll keep an eye on it.
Called
Maybe
Sightless
it's good for
Spawn.
something.
Can you steal it? What does it do?
It'll reduce damage I take, I think.
Oh.
For like a few seconds.
5, 4,
Whatever good
3,
that does.
2,
You're
1.
ridiculous.
Pay the price for your defiance. His eyes behold every
First Oblivion Tear is coming in 3 seconds.
Oblivion Tear.
It's right in the middle of the room.
Gift of Insight.
Move in towards the middle. Now reposition near the edges. Yeah, the circle's a little bigger than I thought. Can you take him more towards the edge? Just ignore the marker. Void Crash coming.
Void crash.
Next Oblivion Tear immediately after.
Oblivion tear.
Here comes Beams.
Why are melee not on the boss?
Obscurity.
It was right there.
Oblivion tear.
I can charge back.
Void crash.
Bounce. Don't soak this.
Call undying guardian.
We're gonna get the eye beam soon. Not the big beam. The one on the ground. That one.
Void crash. Tear. Gift of insight. Obscurity.
Shrinking.
Eyes of Insight.
Here comes the big laser.
Oblivion tear.
Use the Tempest Caller now, Larissa. So Void Stone with Tempest Caller at the same time probably isn't a great play.
There was no Void Stone used.
I got hit by two beams too close together.
Oblivion
As
tear.
to that.
Oh, I see. It was just you picking it up.
Does that do damage?
No, it's fine. You were fine. We just didn't heal through it, I guess. And people took damage from the beams. Let's get to the edges.
I don't think we should be doing that weapon when there's beams out.
I didn't.
Again,
I didn't
that was
use.
not
I'm not talking about you, Evan.
Yeah, he's having a Tempest Caller with beams. It's a bad combination.
Oblivion tear.
You get that other one over.
I already used mine.
Yeah, 'cause beams give you a damage debuff.
Let's get one
We
mender.
gotta get all the ants together before we do that and kill them all up.
Are they yankable?
Yeah.
I'm just.
Are they stunnable?
I don't know if they're stunnable.
Yes,
but
they are.
You definitely can.
But they don't get stunned, but it interrupts.
Okay. So we can group them in AoE stun to get them more manageable. I didn't realize there were 3.
Hysteria. Oblivion tear.
This is Warlock up.
Oh, they
putting
do
the
get
Soul
stunned,
Stone
but
on a
yeah.
healer.
Go ahead and stand outside the circle and wipe.
Unknowable terror.
And then that big purple thing on the ground is just the random crash that happens every now and then. So it'll
Did
just
we
take
get
up
a
half the
healer
circle that we have to
soul
move.
stunned or not?
They were not the ones you sought,
No.
Master. We will find others to open the way.
These are not the raiders you're looking for.
That's the shroud. Actually, based on the top guilds, the raiders are looking for the same guilds that aren't the ones who are looking for 500 pulls.
Oh.
Alright, the marker thing doesn't really seem to be working. We'll just position near the boss whenever that happens. And then the tanks can take the ads to one of the sides and it's usually close enough. And then ranged, you don't have to stand super far away. You can stand super far away as long as you're near the edge, but don't be in the middle.
I has feast.
Awesome, thank you.
I liked the run back on the first boss a lot better.
Yeah, seriously.
Too long. I'm tired. Going to sleep.
So
I don't have a problem with the fishing part, but the meaty haunches I'm
So,
always short of.
so did Adult Napper say he wasn't going to be here tonight? What happened?
Yeah.
Ah.
work, he said. So for the stupid crossing beams, is it a good idea to have the boss at that end for the melee, or should we be pulling it over to where we are now? Because the time for the beams to cross is longer at this side.
Is it always the same side though? It seemed to be
I
random.
thought they were random.
Okay, I thought because you see all the eyes there, I would have thought it would have sourced out of the eyes you see on that wall, but I guess.
Yeah, he actually posted on Raid Attendance channel. I'm assuming work stuff means he's drinking tequila in his disco man cave.
That sounds like work to me.
Oh, he's online. Speak of the devil.
So what's the add priority in phase 2?
Can we get a
The-
summoning stone up?
The floaty ads need to be killed. Like they need to be kept low immediately, and like gathered up and DPS immediately.
Right, he could just be in app though. No, it shows him playing World of Warcraft. There we go.
Yeah, I think he's logging on. Well, well, well.
Hello, I'm back from work.
How were those tequilas?
You know, Bakshi, one of our clients or potential clients is a high-end tequila guy.
Does he do mezcal?
Oh.
So I don't know, but we had a great Cinco de Mayo.
I bet. So I went to this place for lunch today,
Yeah.
and it was a burger place, but the hamburgers were in between 2 grilled cheese sandwiches. And I feel like I feel like I ate a bowling ball.
That's like serious.
So quick question: did you get the days off we talked?
No, I'm coming the end of May.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah, I touched the dates I texted you the other day.
Crap! I'll have to look at them. Damn it!
Yeah, look at our text message conversation. That's when I'm coming.
Okay. See if I can wrangle things around.
I'm coming again probably end of August, but it'd be nice to hang out in New York. But anyway, we
Hey,
can talk about this later.
Tavath, have you ever been in
Yeah, we
Nosh?
should talk.
Have I ever been to?
Nosh?
Oh yeah.
Have you had the Apocalypse Now burger? Speaking
No,
of really,
no, I have not. I
very
know my limits, and that is way beyond.
it's 2 hamburgers, 2 cheeseburgers, pork belly, foie gras, bunch of others.
That sounds really good, actually.
It was on the Food Channel too. I think Zimmern visited it.
It's just in Maine.
Gold dust.
Yeah, Nosh Kitchen Bar.
It's like 2 blocks from here.
Is this staff good?
They delivered to my house.
I mean,
I have
No, it's totally bad. Give it to me.
I have a 420. I got it on a bonus roll.
I'm sorry, I was just being funny.
If you get a 420 staff, does that mean you're smoking a blunt?
Always.
Are we ready?
Fire in the hole.
We're discussing some strategy.
I put a picture of the Apocalypse Now burger in Off Topic.
Oh.
Yeah, the burger I had was I Can Has cheeseburger.
Oh, holy shit!
Oh, that's ludicrous.
Oh, that's just
What are
silly.
you supposed to do with that?
Eat it
and
That makes
die.
me feel sick. I feel
Okay, I
gross
am
looking at
AFK briefly.
They had a burger called the Monstrosity that was two patties, 2 pieces of cheese, a bunch of bacon, a fried egg, in between the grilled cheese sandwiches.
Oh, and they have bacon
oh my
dusted fries
God.
there too.
I'm so hungry.
I hate everything right now.
Back.
I linked the restaurant in Off Topic.
What?
panda laying down.
Let's we're gonna if we get to phase 2, we're gonna focus on getting the mind benders down early before he gets his first gift cast off, so that he doesn't heal them and he doesn't give them haste. So because they spawn far apart, we need to displace them near each other. So I think Typhoon and Ring of Peace will work.
I'm just
But
Rasmus tank the boss and can't help.
if he
I
has
mean,
the
I
ads,
can
then he
do
can.
RP, but that's not
It's
as
just
large as it used to be.
so what I don't know what other displacements we have, but we should try to use those to get them reasonably close to each other.
Do you want me to spec into ring? Because I'm not. I'm on the
What do
other
you have
one
right now?
Good karma. It's a lot of survivability.
Did we only grip last time? Because we had 2 of them together and then one of them off to the side.
I tried to typhoon on the trash mobs on the way in. And
I
it
feel
didn't
like they
work,
will
so I don't
slowly
know if we'll
walk towards the thing that has aggro if you interrupt them as well. But I mean, obviously the quickest way is going to be doing grips and bumps.
Well,
I have had the slab burger, which has thick crust pizza as the bun.
I went
Let's
to
try
Issa for
it.
the first time the other week.
Tavath, I'm coming to your house and making you take me there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like I said, it's 2 blocks up the road.
Let's try Larissa just Typhoon one that's near the edge, closer to the center, and
we're
then
talking about
if
we're talking about the Undying.
the mind benders.
Mind benders. Got it.
In phase
And where am
2,
I
the little
typhooning
octopus guy. They'll spawn in like a triangle. Just Typhoon one of them close to the other, like closer to the other 2, or closer to one of the other 2.
Okay, so
And then Brasmus.
trying to group
Yeah.
them closer. Okay.
And Brasmus can try to grip one if he's free, but otherwise we're just going to try to burn them roughly evenly down to around 30%, and then we'll use the relic, and that'll also clear any guardians. So Larissa, go ahead and take the collar on pull and use it at the phase transition, and then I'll do the next one for that overlap, and we'll see how much margin we have for the gift. And if the gift is too early that we can't get them reliably down, then we'll interrupt them at range while we let them gather up, and then after the gift cast we'll try to burn them down all at once.
Okay.
Call out your AoE stuns when you're about to use them.
Yep. Just give me a call for the caller.
I can't even see Gray Staff.
I'm a tiny little bee.
Tavath, are you even closer to Issa than you are to Nash, or is it about the same distance?
Am I closer to what?
Issa, by the post office.
Yeah, I'm actually closer to Nosh.
Oh.
I'm over on the other side of Forest.
You know, I've been to your place.
There, Chanta.
After the circle spawns, we'll tank him at the edge of the circle nearest to the big eye, and then range you should distribute yourselves around that so that you're still at the edge of the circle. But when the first gift happens, make sure you're near the middle-ish a little bit so that you're safe.
2, 1.
Pay the price for your defiance. His eyes behold every
Void crash.
First Oblivion Tear's coming, be at the edge.
Oblivion tear.
Good. Obscurities in 3 seconds, move in. You'll have 10 seconds afterwards to get back out. Alright, back out. Oblivion Tears in 3.
Call Undying Guardian.
Melee, just stay on the boss range. We'll switch to the Guardian and dot it down slight. Don't overdo it. Just stay on the boss.
Void crash. Eyes of Enzo.
Here comes the eyes.
Oblivion tear. Gift of Enzo. Obscurity.
Shrinking.
Oblivion tear. Void crash.
Ground eyes are happening now.
Undying Guardian. Oblivion tear.
Stay on the boss.
Eyes of Enzo. Maddening eyes of Enzo.
There's the ground effect. Oblivion Tear is coming in 5 feet. Don't be in the middle.
Oblivion tear.
Oh, upper decker.
Don't kill upper decker, please.
Void crash.
Obscurity is coming. Be near the middle and make sure everybody's topped
Gift
up.
of Enzo. Obscurity. Oblivion tear.
Back to the edges. Here comes lasers. Wait for the lasers to pass and then we'll use the relic. Oh, just use it now.
The void one or the other one?
No.
No, your Tempest Bomb. Back to the edges.
J-Cam, I don't know where you are.
Oblivion tear.
I'll move back in.
Move in.
Here come the ad spawn.
Unknowable terror.
Or never mind, it's the big guy. Mindbenders are coming in 7 or 8 seconds. Let's not do it, his energy's too high. So just interrupt them
Undying Guardian.
and let them kind of come together.
You want melee on him too?
No. Range interrupt them and kind of let them kind of crawl it together.
Hysteria.
Okay, now everybody switch and interrupt and kill them.
Oblivion tear.
Sure they stay interrupted.
Unknowable terror.
We're missing one over here. Got this anyway.
Oblivion tear.
Get that guardian down if you can. Melee, get back on the boss.
Call Undying Guardian.
Okay, Tempest Caller's down.
Gift of Enzo. Hysteria. Oblivion tear.
That is up. Mindbenders are coming soon.
Consume essence.
Upper Decker, can you pick up Tempest Caller on your way out when we
Yep.
when we group them up?
Oblivion
They're grouped up now. Get interrupts up.
I just like walk over it, put that on his
Right click it when you
Oh, that's how
Yep.
it goes. It wasn't. It's like,
and just use them. Use it. Go ahead and use it
When it's
now.
low,
They're
not now.
they're low enough. Burn the high one.
Oblivion tear. Gift of Enzo. Hysteria. Call Undying Guardian.
Pick up J-Cam.
If I can find him.
Oblivion tear. Unknowable terror.
Oblivion Tear's coming soon. Be near the edges.
Oblivion tear.
Mindbenders are coming soon as well.
Consume essence.
His energy's high. Just interrupt them for now. Have them get them grouped together,
They can be totem stunned.
and then wait for him to do his cast. Here it comes, and then let's burn him.
Oblivion tear.
Go ahead. I'll get the relic.
Call Undying Guardian.
Ready to swap.
Unknowable terror.
Let's get that guardian.
Oblivion Tear.
Yep, back to the boss. Oblivion Tear soon, be out of the middle. Hysteria soon, make sure everybody's topped. Mindbenders in 7 seconds after that.
Gift of Insight. Hysteria.
Mindbenders are coming.
He's transitioning.
Consume essence.
Gotta group these ads up. Larissa, pick up the Tempest Collar and use it. Let's go ahead and use it now.
Screwed up.
Alright, get towards the edges.
You will need to stack up a melee with me. If you're a melee, you need to be in my circle.
Oblivion Tear. Call Undying Guardian.
It's the enrage mechanic. People are going to keep getting this. They have to stand next to people to be healed.
Oblivion Tear. Gift of Insight.
Watch your
Eyes of
AoE.
Insight.
Oblivion Tear's coming, be at the edges. Here comes the beam.
Oblivion Tear. Call Undying Guardian. Oblivion Tear. Oblivion Tear.
Melissa needs to. Okay, I need to
Actually,
be by someone.
we're all going to have to stack because...
Everyone, range should all just be stacked together.
Don't AoE.
Oblivion Tear. Call Undying Guardian.
You want to be ready?
Eyes of Insight.
Throw it on a healer if there's one up. Is
Oblivion
everybody
Tear.
up?
We're all
Put it on a high DPS. Use your judgment.
Oblivion Tear.
Get grouped up again. You can't take healing if you're in a take.
I couldn't take 2 stacks of that too.
That
so.
guardian is up. There we go.
Gift of Insight.
Get over here.
Don't AoE.
Tear.
You guys.
We should be dealing with guardians at some point. We already have a lot of.
Yeah,
I mean, it's done.
we're too low right now. Let's go ahead and stand
That
up.
was really good though. We figured out the first part.
We also need to actually use the intermissions to.
This
clear
whole
the-
bouncing thing is kind of fun.
Is there a way to clear the
Call
circles?
Undying Guardian.
That's
You
what
have
the
to
healing
pop
thing
the hop
is.
healing thing. If you don't pop the healing thing and you clear them, he gets healed. We can't do.
Your dream has
Oblivion Tear.
They were tested and found.
But anyone can clear a circle when the healing thing
yes,
has been
correct.
popped.
Correct.
But the healer is the one who wants to do it to clear the shield. But yes,
I mean, they're probably going to have to go stand in the void outside to get it cleared no matter what. So.
yeah. No, the second phase seemed okay. We just got to watch the timings on the ad spawns and the Tempest Collar and the ability, whatever it's called.
And whittling down all the ads before using Tempest Collar. A lot of stuff to coordinate.
I mean, there really isn't any reason for you to get the ads low before you use them.
Do they die fast enough just from the damage?
Yes, they fall over.
I mean, you'll have to do some amount of damage to them, but it also decreases the damage you do by half, so you're not really doing any
Yeah.
damage to the boss when it's up.
Is
You
the
know, they could
damage that
fix this by just letting us mount.
Can someone
is the
drop
damage that they
G?
do if their cast goes off? Is it that bad? Is it bad enough that we can't leave just 3 up and do 6 at a time?
I mean, it's less a concern about that and more just that it
Putting a
want
juice
to
down.
clear the tank ones when there's like 3 of them anyways.
Okay.
So doing it
Fair.
every cast of the gift is correct. You want to use it once in the transition between phase 1 and phase 2, and then in phase 2 for each gift, and then in phase 3 whenever you have about 3 or 4.
Okay.
Should we do a break or wait till after this?
We'll break now.
Okay.
But make sure you've eaten. Let's see. Get your food buff now and then we'll break.
Thank you, Rira. Sorry.
I'm back. Sorry.
So I see in CNN there's an article about someone who called 911 in Florida because he was at a comedy club where the comedian was making Middle Eastern jokes.
Terrifying.
Oh no.
Florida man.
Seems exceedingly newsworthy. CNN is so useless.
I get all of my Florida news from Reddit's Our Florida Man.
I heard in Alabama the NRA is providing free automatic weapons to all pregnant.
Joke Rider.
it's just sort of my fantasy.
But
You know, a shared Apocalypse Now burger is actually cheaper than 2 regular Nosh burgers.
No checkers back.
It's only $21, and it looks like enough to feed a family of 4.
It is.
Where do they serve that burger you put a picture of?
Nosh in Portland, Maine.
Noshburg. They have one in Portland, Oregon.
No, it's just a single place. Yeah. But they also have bacon dusted fries.
Yeah.
I like the whole concept of like, what do we got in there? Beef patties, foie gras. What else is on that?
Pork belly on the bottom.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
It's so unnecessary.
Well, it's sort of like putting bacon
here.
on a burger. I
Okay.
mean, you know,
Bacon
going over
fried egg is when you want to get fancy.
going over our deaths. It looks like every time he hits 100 energy, he does 70k to everybody, and if that overlaps badly with you being at low health for whatever other reason, it'll probably kill you. So there's those that we need to I'll call out, and we'll be a little better prepared for. Taking multiple stacks of the laser debuff is also bad because it not only does it stack in how much damage it does, it'll also the durations don't refresh, they just add to each other. So if you're at 1 stack for 4 seconds and you take another one, you won't get 2 stacks for 4 seconds, you'll get 2 stacks for 8, and then you can get 3 stacks for 12, and so on and so on and so on. So it'll get really out of control really fast if you take too many of those. But the other thing that I'm seeing is that your people are running into Oblivion Tears on accident, and that knocks you back. And if it knocks you back out of the circle, you'll pretty much die instantly. That's not great.
Well, it's also free health for the boss, which is nice.
Not okay.
Does anybody not understand anything that's happening or what we're doing?
I don't understand any of it.
I don't know what's going on here.
Are we
Sounds like
trying
somebody
to stay relatively clumped together as range for phase 1?
Yes, you want to be loosely spread so that you don't have to probably move for every single void bounce thing or Oblivion Tear, but you can be on either side, I guess, but you'd prefer to be on the same side of the boss as the healers, right? So we want to kind of be spread out along the edge of the circle to our left as we face the boss right now, because that seems to be where everybody's standing.
Yeah, because I kind of died to running out for that first lasers, and I don't know if I took extra stacks.
Looks
or
like
what.
you were taking 55k a tick, so you got 3 stacks of the laser somehow.
Okay. I might have not waited too long enough for the first set. I don't know
If
how
you're
I
in
got the
range, I would with range, it's super. Just going to the closest one you can and take it as fast as possible.
You go to the
so
first one, it falls off really quick, and then you can wait for the second one.
Yeah,
Man.
So get one quickly, and you're okay.
Tay's got a magical intrusion dampener on. What the shit is that?
Did you try to do something?
Yes, I was like, why did my health go down? I was swap blasting you.
So everybody, all the range, stand outside for the first Oblivion Tear, and then we'll move.
Five, four, 3, 2, 1.
Pay the price for your defiance. His eyes behold every
Void
truth,
crash.
every
Here comes the first tear.
Oblivion Tear.
Alright, move into the middle. Here comes first obscurity. Soak the.
Gift of Insight.
Don't be on the edges. Alright, now move back to the edges. Next Oblivion Tear is coming in 3.
Call Undying Guardian. Oblivion Tear.
Void
Where
Crash.
did the other one go?
Eyes of Insight.
Here comes the lasers.
Oblivion Tear.
Here comes obscurity. We're going to take raid damage.
Gift of Insight. Obscurity.
Be near the edges. Don't be in front of the boss.
Call Undying Guardian.
Oblivion Tear's coming.
Oblivion Tear. Eyes of Insight.
Here comes ground effect eyes. Be near the edges.
Now I can't reach both tanks.
Here comes obscurity. Make sure you're topped off. Use your defensives.
Obscurity.
Oblivion Tear's coming. Be at the edge.
Eyes of Insight.
Here come lasers.
Oblivion Tear.
You got overlap with lasers. Go ahead and use the relic, Larissa. Be good about dodging. I guess that's one way to cancel the storm early.
Yeah. That's what you wanted, right?
Get to the edges.
You recommend doing that with a shaman and who can self-res.
Comes the big guy.
The time to use the Void Stone clear before the outstorm.
Oblivion Tear. Call Undying Guardian.
Here come the big guys. Let's interrupt them and get them grouped up.
Gift of Insight. Hysteria.
Now burn them.
Oblivion Tear. Unknowable Terror. Oblivion Tear.
Get to the edges.
Call Undying Guardian.
Here comes Hysteria. We're all going to take raid damage. And Oblivion Tear.
Hysteria. Oblivion Tear.
Oh, that's not good.
What happened? Why did we eat 2 of
There's
those?
Mindbenders. Let's interrupt them and bring them together.
Unknowable Terror.
Let's get out of this.
Oblivion Tear.
Let's group them up, AoE them down. Upper decker, grab the relic. It's near the pools over here. AoE stuns and interrupts now. And just pop it immediately.
Tear.
That's going to overlap with Hysteria. That's not good.
Call Undying Guardian. Oblivion Tear. Unknowable Terror.
Next thing's Oblivion Tear in 10 seconds, and then Mindbenders immediately. Larissa, go ahead and pick up the relic.
I'm dead.
Oblivion Tear.
Oh, never mind. I'll get it.
Consume
Okay.
Essence.
Alright, we have a res available, by the way.
We'll need about 20 seconds. Go ahead and start damaging them.
Gift of Ensos. Hysteria. Oblivion Tear.
Oh, yeah. And burn them again.
Call Undying Guardian.
5 seconds, I'll get it.
Unknowable Terror. Oblivion Tear.
Try to battle res a healer.
Both tanks are dead.
Yeah, still battle res a healer so we can res afterwards.
Gift of Ensos.
Yeah, please get a battle res off me healer if we have
Please
one.
battle res a healer.
None of the healers have died yet.
Anybody with a res.
Battle res, put a B
Or
res.
anyone, yeah, anyone with a solo target res too.
Oblivion Tear.
There, I got a Kunda.
And he took it.
No, dude, oh.
Do
Oh,
we have
well.
another res? Do we have another res?
Yep.
No.
All done.
It's okay.
Oblivion Tear.
Do we have to kill the trash again or something?
Yeah.
No, we just have to run all the
Just
way
a
back.
run.
It's a long run.
Just use your auto run key.
I am down though.
Yeah, those overlaps get kind of dodgy sometimes, it seems.
Yeah, it's like, let's put the worst parts of council into this fight too.
So the first one seems pretty safe to just happen. Well, okay. So the key to the first transition is that if we're right at the point where if our DPS slows down a little bit, we'll get an extra set of I-beams. But if we do it fast enough, we'll transition him before those I-beams spawn, so we have a safe window in which to use the Tempest Caller without anybody taking extra damage. Right? Because that time we had people take with I-beam stacks while the Annihilate was going off, and then we lost like 3 people there. So we need to focus on getting good boss DPS in phase 1 so that we can transition him before that happens. So let's, if you're ranged, like throw an extra dot on the Guardian while it runs past and use it to funnel damage into the boss, but don't be focusing the boss or focusing
The Guardian.
the big faceless Guardians.
Yeah.
And then let's just work out a rotation for the relics. So Larissa will go first, and then I'll do the second one. And it seems like if we have a third person, it'll link up well. So let's just use a hunt. Let's have Pants Master do it.
What am I doing?
You see the crown here on the left with the
Yes.
little sparkly? It'll be on the ground at some point in the fight, and I will tell you to go pick it up, and it will give you an extra action button, which you will press when I tell you to press it.
Okay.
Okay, and other hunters be ready as backup. We'll just use you if necessary.
I can always do it if you need me to. Just call it out.
Yep. Yeah, 3 people seems to be a good number to rotate. 2 is a little bit.
Surprisingly, we are back to 3 hunters now.
And that was part of the reason why we got delayed that time. And we got an extra, extra gift, which healed them all up to full. But the timing was also weird. All right, so our immediate goal is to push phase 1 before we get a second set of I-beams so that we can use the Tempest Caller safely. So
Yeah, I have no idea why I'm getting double stacks on the laser.
You just gotta watch
off
your
the
debuff
first
and
one.
not
Maybe
hit
kind of
off the
standing
first
it
one.
instead of running through it.
Yeah, you need to run
I
straight through 'em.
run through it.
Can we get a summon stone?
Well, no, it's the second one, right? So you watch the countdown, run away from the second one
I
until
am.
you drop the stack.
I am
Get us
running away.
some-
I have double stacks for like 6 seconds whilst I'm running away from the second one, so I have no idea.
If you get 2 stacks, then yeah, it's you have too
Yeah,
long
you
of a
stayed
time.
too long.
You
To,
didn't go
yeah,
through the first one quick enough.
Are you running through it, or are you standing still, or?
No, I run through it.
Are you
Okay.
running crosswise through it or orthogonal?
Yeah, parallel to the laser direction.
Uh, I'll see if I do or not, but
You should bind your W key
W doesn't do anything.
and then press it.
technically, orthogonal would be correct, I think, in this case, because if you run at a right
Yes.
angle through it, then you're.
Yeah, I tried to change into a stag to run through and discovered, oh, can't do that.
If you think of the beams as large secants, then you bisect the secant.
That's enough.
If
I
you
know
do a
some
quick
of those words.
quadratic equation and solve for x on your
If you
way
treat
to
What's the
if you
square
treat
root of this?
both if you treat both as vectors, and then you can take
They're not three-dimensional, so
oh,
that's
darn.
ridiculous.
Vectors scale to any amount of dimensions. You can have 4-dimensional vectors. It's just a set of numbers.
Right, but
You
these are
need to model
two-dimensional.
it in an n-dimensional space.
get the science out of here.
Math.
Stuff at work.
Stone for dice.
Let's do a good job with the Oblivion Tears and push the first phase. That's our goal for today.
But I think what
also make sure the range. Try to stay out of melee, so if you don't get Oblivion Tears in melee.
Yeah, it's bad, isn't it?
Can we do lock cookies, please?
I think what Tejas meant to say instead of orthogonal though is perpendicular.
Yeah,
Don't say the same
orthogonal
thing.
means there's
Don't
two
pull.
things
We have.
unrelated.
No, they both mean
Don't
technically
pull.
90-degree angles.
It's a lie.
2,
In orthogonal
1.
computer science, it's orthogonal just means this mechanism has nothing to do with the other. They're
Right,
completely
unrelated.
separate.
Oh, I don't need that.
Five,
Be out on the
4,
edges.
3, 2, 1.
Bow before your true master.
Oblivion. Here's the crash.
Void crash.
And then first tear. After this first tear spawns, we move back in. Go in. Here comes first obscurity. Be near the center. Don't be too far out.
Gift of insight. Obscurity.
And now we move back out to the edges. Next Oblivion Tear is coming.
Oblivion tier. Call Undying Guardian.
First lasers are coming.
Void crash.
Still be near the edges. Let this Oblivion Tear spawn, and then you can move to the middle safely.
Oblivion tier.
Alright, get to the middle-ish if you want to dodge lasers. Safe.
Gift of insight. Obscurity. Oblivion tier.
Get to the edges. Void crash. Soak after the spout.
Call Undying Guardian.
Let's kill people.
Oblivion tier. Eyes of insight.
Here comes the ground effect eye laser. Oblivion Tear, get to the edges.
Oblivion tier. Void Crash. Gift of Insight. Obscurity.
Your dream has ended.
Somebody pick up caller. Akunda, get
I'll
the
get it.
caller.
It's not interactable.
Yeah, I guess it's 30 seconds. It will be.
Oh, you used it immediately and died.
No, I didn't use it. It's died.
Well, we can't pick it up for some reason.
I got killed by a small purple circle.
Here, we're gonna leave it.
What do you want to do?
Oh.
Let's just wait for the first mindbender spawn and do it together.
Somehow I clicked off my poison.
Oblivion Tier. Call Undying Guardian.
Here come mindbenders.
Consume Essence.
Interrupt them and bring them together.
Gift of Insight. Hysteria.
My whole thing, my whole computer just seized up. So,
Do we have it?
We need him lower.
Make sure you're interrupting.
Unknowable
Just use it.
Yep.
Oblivion Tier.
Get that
Burn
green
that
marked one. Keep it interrupted. Burn it down quick. There.
Call Undying Guardian. Gift of Insight. Hysteria.
Back to the edges. We're gonna get mindbenders again soon. Here they are.
Consume Essence.
You don't want to interrupt him.
Oblivion Tier.
It's just not interactable for me, so somebody else will have to get it. Pantsmaster, go ahead and pick up. It's got a blue glow. Yep, don't use it yet. Get it green. Alright, go ahead and use it now.
Oblivion Tier. Gift of Insight. Hysteria. Call Undying Guardian.
Yeah. We'll just have to kill this one manually.
Unknowable Terror. Oblivion
kills
Tier.
him.
Consume Essence.
I mean,
Red.
everybody. We've lost a lot.
Okay, I'm not gonna take that.
Yeah, go ahead and wipe kills. Take that when we die, and we'll.
Yeah. Do not release. Please do not release.
Gift of Insight. Hysteria.
Stand outside the circle and do not release.
Call Undying Guardian.
Take your mouse pointer and do a little dance with it, but don't click the release spirit button.
Unknowable Terror.
You know what I've never noticed is that when we get shrouded, we all do the sneaky rogue.
No release.
No
Not
release.
really.
So what did Zutter do? She did no release, not no release.
My Ankh is up, by the way.
No,
That's
you want to
okay.
save that for the fight.
Save that
Yeah,
for
save
the
that for-
battle.
Zutter, did you get that mass res?
Can I go ahead and release or no?
No, I
Oh
missed
wow, it
you.
doesn't reach everybody.
No.
It's a
I'm
large
doing
one.
it. I'm doing it.
I'm logging back in right now.
All right, so we lost people early, which was a little bad for our DPS.
Do you have a res on? Oh yeah. Okay.
Thank you for the.
So, are we just gonna come back to this guy next week and skip?
Yeah, we're gonna extend because I don't think anybody needs stuff off the first boss.
I'm more than happy to like kill each of these once and move.
I know.
Yeah.
Is there even an
guy drops-
AOTC achievement
This
for
guy
this? Or not?
drops like my best trinket.
Yeah, there is.
Well, he drops your best trinket at 400 unless it
Yeah,
happens
so I
to
have to keep
Warforged or
doing it.
Titanforge.
I have to keep doing it until I get a Warforged trinket.
Yeah, you have to keep doing it until you get a 425.
Yeah.
Has the Hall of Fame filled for this yet? I doubt it.
I don't know. I don't think so.
No?
Still have a chance.
Pug mythic. Probably rather like shoot myself.
They don't need melee, I thought.
Yeah,
Nobody
melee.
wants
You
melee.
get pug melee.
They want my buff. Give my buff out, and then just go say AFK.
They'll use an inscriptionist with a scroll. They'd rather have the 7% than take a melee. Just kidding.
No,
Yeah,
they'll
it's
take
true.
a
They take one demon hunter.
demon
with
hunter.
magic.
Yep.
I've seen it killed with a Fury Warrior.
And
There
yes,
was
most
that one
groups have
guild
a
that
one
had a.
war.
There was one guild that had a reasonable comp. They had like a red paladin and.
I mean, every mythic team has one and only one warrior because they like have no other purpose. They're just useless.
Yeah, one warrior, one DH.
Chantar,
They're
you back?
really good at yelling.
The best yeller.
Let's work on not dying to the laser. I guess you don't have to move to the middle when the
Are you
lasers
here,
come out if your
Chantar?
plan is to soak one early. But if you're planning on like teleporting and stuff, it's easier to move to the middle.
Oh,
To
hey,
you.
Olves, did you get 2 stacks that time at all, or no? Just
Not that I think. I kind of really tried to make sure I went straight at it.
Yeah, and you survived it. One important safety tip that I failed to adhere to is never get in front of the.
Yes, the boss has a frontal cone, which will do a lot of damage to you.
Yeah, so it took me, it's a 120k hit.
never enter a land war in Asia.
Never engaged in a battle of wits with a Sicilian.
When death is on the line. Ah!
Inconceivable.
I do not think that means what you think it means.
Dolly and Dot are my best friends. They pull my wagon through dunes of sand. They have small teeth and they love to eat.
Oh no.
I think that the movie lines were.
Chantar, are you here?
Whoever's
am.
using that, did you know there's a weak
Okay,
aura to
everybody's
make that
here.
even more
Go ahead.
I meant to click ready, but then I was trying to click the special man, and then I clicked not ready. But I
So
am ready.
everybody's ready.
I'm confused.
I'm pulling. I don't care.
There we go. That's what I like to hear. Yeah,
Fuck
we are
it.
doing the
4,
sneaky animation.
3,
It's pretty
I
sweet.
told you.
2, 1.
Bow before your true
Be at the edges.
master. His eyes behold every
First Void Crash. Next Oblivion Tear is coming soon. Let this bounce.
Oblivion Tear.
Let that tear spawn. Move back to the middle. Here comes Obscurity. Circle's gonna spawn. Don't be at the edges.
Insult. Obscurity.
Now move back to the edges. Oblivion Tear is coming in 3. Be ready to move.
Oblivion Tear. Call
Void Crash is coming in 5. And then lasers immediately after.
Void Crash.
Soak after this bounce.
Oblivion Tear. Gift of Insult. Obscurity. Oblivion Tear.
Void Crash.
Void Crash.
Ground effect dies.
Madden's eyes are closed. Oblivion Tear. Call Undying Guardian.
After this Oblivion Tear, move to the middle for the next circle shrink. Don't be in front of the boss.
Oblivion Tear.
Be in the middle. Don't be near the edges.
Gift of Insight. Obscurity.
Be back at the edges of the circle for Oblivion Tear.
Oblivion Tear.
Here's a transition. Use the relic. Burn the guardian.
Oh, wrong relic.
Oh shit.
Please, what?
There was a void stone up at the same time.
That's not good.
Get in here.
It's over, buddy.
Go ahead and
Yeah, this
just
is it.
wipe. Let's do it
Battle
again.
res somebody. Battle res somebody.
Battle res somebody.
Battle res back sheesh. Do not
Yes,
take it.
I
Back
got
sheesh.
him. I got him.
I got it. I'm all over it, you guys.
All right, let's
I
not.
rested.
Let's
been
practice
training for
not
this for
clicking
years.
release.
Who can
Don't
min-max
press
not clicking?
spacebar, Zetter. Don't do it.
Zato loves
Take-
to release.
Take
Don't
your
try
hands
and
off
fly
the
away.
keyboard.
Zato's gonna release all over us.
There's no reason to touch anything.
Oblivion
Why do you have to
Tear.
make it sound
Call
so
Undying
bad?
Guardian.
Look with your
What?
eyes, not with your hands.
What? Did it not? What? Why would you say that, Rira? That was so gross.
Yeah, that's disgusting, Rira.
Hysteria.
They were tested and
Continue not releasing.
You need to
You're-
move back. You
Don't
can't
touch
stand
your
in the-
keyboard. I don't know if
Oh,
you'll reach across,
boy.
but we'll see.
I'm guessing the run back's pretty bad.
Nobody
It is
really.
pretty bad.
It's not that bad.
Oh,
Oh,
it
look
did
at that.
reach all the way across. Look at that.
That
Thank
power
you,
res.
everybody.
No, you got some stragglers.
It's
Okay.
okay.
Yes,
Still
build
no
ours.
release.
They'll get you.
I'm proud of you, Butter.
Look, it's
The
really
temptation
hard
is very
to
strong.
not press spacebar.
Well, she takes the shortest time to get back too.
That's why you just join team chat in Overwatch constantly.
I was gonna Red's olds, but somebody else
Look,
beat me
I've
to
got
it.
wings. I'm a better panda than you.
Get out of here.
Wow,
Pandas
that's really-
don't have wings.
Really dumb panda.
That's fucked up.
That's the reason why they're endangered.
Oh, wow.
It's because they don't have wings in real life. That's obviously why.
So we want to get dots and stuff on the ads prior to using the Tempest Caller because we do half damage when.
Well, everything will do half damage when the thing is up. I don't think
Right.
that snapshots
So if we
dots.
can, yeah, but if we can get them down under 50%.
That wasn't the problem.
It's more important to start the Tempest Caller early so that it's down by the time that the boss becomes active again. So that's why
Okay.
we're doing it early. You
Oh,
can.
okay.
We want to be passively dotting the ads while they're up, but the important thing is to get the boss down before the second eye beam comes, because getting an eye beam overlap with Tempest Caller is not good.
And then at the beginning of phase 2, after the Tempest Caller is done, is when we should be popping the Void Stone and clearing stuff.
Yes.
Because there's basically no abilities, and he hasn't cast Hysteria or anything yet.
There's 22 people. Oh, they got it. Never mind.
Well, even more important, let's not overlap the healer and DPS.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
bow before your true master.
Be near the edges if you're ranged. Here comes first Oblivion Tear. After this bounce, soak the little guys.
Oblivion Tear.
Move back towards the center for obscurity after the soak.
Gift of Insight. Obscurity.
Be near the center. Now move back to the edges. Here's Oblivion Tear.
Call Undying Guardian. Oblivion Tear.
Void Crash is coming, and then Laser. Don't be in front of the boss.
Oblivion Tear.
I didn't know where to pick up the Void Stone anymore.
Back to the edges. It's about to shrink.
Oblivion Tear. Void Crash.
Melissa, are you frozen again?
Call Undying Guardian.
Yes.
Oblivion Tear's coming be at the edges.
Tear.
Art for doing
Eyes
great.
of Ensote. Maddening Eyes of Ensote.
Don't beam that.
Oblivion Tear.
Just coming.
Void Crash.
To shrink again. Move in.
Gift of Ensote. Obscurity.
We got 10 second push. Be ready to use the relic. Go and use it now. Oh, someone's about to die.
Oh, you were standing in that.
Alright. Group up for healing. Alright, spread back out. Okay, it's not letting me pick it up.
Oblivion Tear.
And Semester, go ahead and grab the relic.
Still reaching.
Noble Terror.
I can't pick it.
Oh, nobody can pick it up for that
It's
time?
not charged yet. It needs more time.
Oh, okay, I'll get it then. Don't worry. Oblivion Tear be at the edges.
Oblivion Tear.
Mind Benders in
Call
3
Undying
seconds.
Guardian.
There it is, I got it. Make sure we're interrupted. Group them together.
Gift of Ensote. Hysteria.
Burn them.
Oblivion Tear.
Make sure we're interrupting. Don't.
Oh, why
push.
push?
Hard.
Noble Terror.
I'm okay for this one.
Oblivion Tear. Call Undying Guardian. Gift of Ensote. Hysteria.
Mind Benders in 10 seconds. Pansmaster, go grab the Tempest Caller. Or Larissa.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay. Don't use. Wait until they're grouped up, do a little damage. Range, get those interrupts. I got circle. Alright, everybody on the Mind Benders, make sure you're interrupting triangle. Go ahead and use the relic now.
Oblivion Tear. Gift of Ensote. Hysteria. Call Undying Guardian.
Should battle as a healer in white.
Yeah.
Oblivion Tear. Unknowable Terror.
Do we have it out? Does the healer have a res?
Yeah, don't take it, Backsheesh, and everybody step outside.
No, you did not successfully res me.
Who has it?
I took it.
It's not me.
I put it on Zephyr.
Okay, there's no more reses, so just wipe and we'll run back.
Did you take the res, Zephyr?
I did not get a res. Was still alive.
I went out on one of the priests, I think.
Yeah, I put it on.
We'll wipe and come back.
Oblivion Tear.
They were not the one who
Hit that
sought
release
the
button.
master. We
Alright, so we had a weird chunk there where a bunch of people died at once. Let's see what happened.
I died on group for healing.
So when the relic goes off in the transition and we kill everything, the boss I don't think takes any damage during the transition, right? So there's no point in running over. So we should all be grouping up in the center, like the Gahoon beam, and grouping up for healing.
Yeah, I need 1 minute to find out. Somebody was yelling down at me.
Okay.
Probably right.
I would be happy with a Jeeves if there.
I got you.
I got
You
16
are an
minutes in my
awesome
cooldown.
fan.
I got mine. It's all good.
Ugh. Look at that panda. That's horrible.
You should make Panda Demon on this.
It's horrible.
The greatest boss in the history of WoW.
It looks so bad.
Panda with wings.
Thank you for the tea.
Okay.
All right, we had some early deaths to the circle, so let's not do that. But otherwise, I think it's execution wise, the first phase was about what I was expecting.
You have low expectations.
I think that's been established.
No fun zone.
Most of them up to them. No food.
All right, we're gonna make Tay sparkly.
Also, we had a ill-timed thunderstorm from a shaman there that knocked all the ads out, so let's not do that either. You can use it to
There's
knock
no-
them together.
Yeah, don't ever knock
You
them
can't use Thunderstorm to knock anything together.
I mean, you
goes-
can.
You
No,
can
you
knock
stand.
one of
knock
them
one of them.
forward,
Yes, that's
two.
what I'm saying. Knock one of them into the others, but don't knock the three of them apart. And same
Especially
thing with
after
Typhoon.
a tank grips them.
Yes.
Okay.
Don't do that.
Is everybody ready?
Unless you want to
Chanta.
troll.
Are you here, Chanta?
Is Olds back?
I am.
Or
back.
was it Voban? No, Voban's not even here. Okay.
It's Boban. He's not back
Yeah.
yet.
I don't know what's going on.
We're waiting for Chanta. This will probably
Where's
be
my
the
pudding?
This whole fight's unplayable for Voban right now.
That's my favorite.
It's back.
Alright, I changed the server again. Yeah, it's red. It looks like Discord's being weird. Oh, is
We
it
can
back
go to
now?
poo.
Okay, there we
It's
go.
better now.
Alright, I changed the server again, so maybe it'll work. Chantar, are you back?
Are you there, Chanta?
She's enchanted.
Alright, well, if it hits 8:25 before she comes back, we'll just finish.
Here, anybody else have a swamp blaster? We can just pull her out.
Pull her all the way to the instance. and then get her mind controlled by one of the trash mobs,
I
and
pulled
then
her to the edge. If you just
displace
pull
her
her
out the.
outside, I think that
The number
No.
will go down.
She'll
you
just die
can
immediately,
kick her from the party then. Too.
I suppose. But then we only have 3, 4, 3.5.
Are
4
you
heroes.
here, Janta? Hello?
She just
So-
sat down.
Saying
All right,
thanks.
8:25. Let's just. So we'll probably continue on this. So next Wednesday is the meeting, I think, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll have the meeting on Wednesday, and then Thursday we'll continue on. Okay.
Can we call it a retreat?
No.
A 2-hour meeting? Is that what we're having?
Probably.
I'm not taking.
It's gonna be
on
PowerPoint slides. I'm not coming unless there are slides.
All of
course
your
there will be
questions will
slides.
be answered.
There's never not PowerPoint slides.
I think Chandler just went to Stoner.
I think I just clicked that thing too. I'm so sorry. Can
All
you
right. See you
summon
guys
me
next
again?
week.
Okay.
Have a good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Night.
All right.